Hello, my dear students. Today's topic is going to be countable and uncountable nouns, which is in the 6th unit of 7th grade curriculum. So, at the end of this lesson, all students will be able to explain what a countable and uncountable noun is. Most students will be able to identify countable and uncountable nouns, and some students will be able to understand and apply the spelling rules with 100% accuracy. So let's start by remembering what a noun is. A noun is a word used to identify any of a class of people, places, or things. Some of these nouns are countable and some of them are uncountable. Let's take a look at the countable nouns first. So countable nouns are, obviously, the nouns we can count. If there is only one of someone, someplace, or something, we use a or an in front of it. As you can see, we say a lemon because the word lemon starts with the consonant L. And we say an apple because the word apple starts with the vowel A. If there is more than one of a noun, we usually add s to the noun. For example, we say apples, lemons, eggs, olives, etc. To ask about the quantity of a countable noun, we use the phrase how many. For example, we can say how many apples do you want, or how many lemons are there in the fridge. Now let's talk about the uncountable nouns. Uncountable nouns are nouns we can't or don't count, so we don't use a or an with them. Instead, we use measurements and quantity words with them. For example, we say a bag of chips, a cup of coffee, a teaspoon of sugar, a bottle of juice, etc. And to ask about the quantity of an uncountable noun, we use the phrase how much. For example, we can say how much sugar do you want in your tea? Or how much milk do we have left? Some nouns can be countable or uncountable depending on the circumstance. In the first example, let's buy 2 peppers. The speaker is talking about 2 specific peppers. But in the second example, let's buy peppers. The speaker is talking about peppers in general. Now let's take a look at several pictures of countable and uncountable nouns. On the left side, there is countable food, which means you can count with numbers. For example, you can say a bun or 2 buns, a burger or 3 burgers. And on the right, you see uncountable pronouns, which you need to use measurements or quantities for. For instance, we can say a slice of bread, a bowl of cereal, a bar of chocolate, and so on. Now I'm going to show you the other pictures quickly, so you can pause the video and take notes of the countable and uncountable nouns. Now let's examine how to change a singular noun to a plural noun. For most nouns we use s. For example, duck becomes ducks, apple becomes apples. For nouns ending in x, s, ch, and sh sounds, we use es. For example, church becomes churches, peach becomes peaches. And for nouns ending in a vowel plus y, we use s. Let's examine the word they. So the letter A is a vowel, and the letter Y comes after it. The word they becomes days. But for nouns ending in a consonant plus Y, we use IES. If you take a look at the word cherry, The letter R is a consonant and the word ends in Y. So we drop the letter Y and use IES instead. Now let's take a look at this dialogue and correct the mistakes together. Okay, so bread is an uncountable noun, so we should ask how much bread instead of how many. Cheese is also an uncountable noun, so we should say some cheese or a slice of cheese, for example. Tomato is a countable noun, so we should say tomatoes. Ham is an uncountable noun, so instead of how many, we should use how much. The words slice and minute are countable nouns, so we should add s to both of them. The word onion starts with the vowel O, so we should say an onion instead of a onion. So that is all for today's class. I hope to see you very soon. And please remember to stay indoors and take good care of yourselves.